Hello and welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be drawing two hands. Well, I already drew one of them, but I'm going to draw another. Now, for the prompt today it was together, and that made me think of this old legend where when you're born you have a string tied around your finger, and that string can bend, twist, and everything like that, but it's at the end of it, it's connected to your soulmate. So that's what I'm gonna be trying to draw. I don't know, this is the first thing I thought of when I heard together, so that's what we're gonna try to draw. So we just need to draw another hand. So I'm gonna start procrastinating. If you can kind of see, I don't know if you can really see it, there is a vague outline of a hand here. That is because I did a vague outline of the hand, but then it looked bad, so I erased it. But it's still there, and I could still technically use it, but I'm not really going to use too much of it because it was very disproportionate. Now, obviously, the two hands, well, maybe not obviously, but the two hands I'm going for are one that's reaching like this and one that's reaching, well, like that. This hand is a lot more difficult. I could not get a good little sketch of it going because it is very different from what I normally draw when it comes to hands. If I try to get just a shady little sketch going, you'll kind of see why. It's because the fingers down here, well, they never really look right because the hand is like this, kinda. So you're seeing the under part of the hand, and because of that, it just looks all weird because I don't have any shading or colors or correct lines. So it looks kind of weird. Obviously, I'm trying to make it look better. I didn't try there. That was just me messing around. But we have to try to make it better. We'll also make that line better. We're just going to disregard that right now, though. All right. We're actually going to start with the fingers because then we can place it kind of correctly. And because I already tried starting it with the fists and the palm, and it didn't work. So we're going to try this. But that was way too thin and way too long. Could I do little bumps and knuckles where the... Wait, what? Bumps and knuckles? Could I do little bumps where the fingers should be? I don't know. We're going to try that because I've never actually tried using this, and it could help. I don't know. Although this is now confusing me, and I am not fully sure on where the fingers are supposed to go. So we're going to actually add a bit of the finger first. Add the hand. Add the hand. Pretend like this is a good thumb just for now. Just have something there, kind of. Alright, now we're going to try and get this to look correct. Alright, so we've got circle. Then we need a circle here, a circle here, and then a circle for the tip. Is that exactly where that should go? Maybe not the tip. Maybe the tip should go more like that. But it doesn't need to be exactly perfect. It just needs to be good enough for me to be able to use it. And is that? No. It looks wrong. Why does it look wrong exactly? I do not know. It looks more as if I'm adding fingers onto this, but then this is just a really long pinky. But that's not how the hand is. The hand is not in this position. Or in this position. It's in this position. It's hard for me to make sure I'm showing you the right position because you're upside down for me. But I really need to actually be hiding most of this finger, or not most, but the top of this finger right here. So what if I have this finger down. So what if I go ahead and add these parts? Now this needs to be over here, and then this right here. And then the finger, or the tip of the finger, is kind of right there. Now, the only problem with that is whenever I try drawing fingers from the bottom first, I always mess them up. This is why I always draw the top of the finger first. I mean, you can look at that and quite see that that is messed up. But maybe we can use this as a little bit of a guide now. I don't really know. But we're going to try. There we go. That's kind of shitty right there, but we'll ignore that for the moment. That's also shitty. Maybe we should just try making these little cylinders first before we actually worry about detail. Alright. This would mean we actually have to make this skinnier, which I'm going to go ahead and do right now just for the sake of this. Alright. Then we can do the wrist like that. Except for, is that actually how the wrist should go? I mean, this should be a little bit more bulged out because the thumb is supposed to be right here. Hold on, let me fix that. We'll go ahead and actually get the thumb in here now. Then that and the tip. Alright. There, that's not perfect. I don't know. You can never draw a thumb from anything that's not like this perspective. That's not even a very good drawing, but that doesn't really matter. It was example. Anyways, we need to get these fingers like that. How do we do this? Well, we do circle. And this one is also kind of in the same boat as of the top is hidden. It actually doesn't start the finger until right here. Alright. We're going to go like this. Then we're going to go like this. And we're going to turn right here. And that is not angled enough. You can see it is turned way too much. But we're going to keep it for a second. Why? Because, oh my god, this finger's the same. Why are all these fingers hiding underneath the other fingers? I'm having to make these fingers smaller and more weirdly proportioned than I should need to. Because I messed up the first finger. Fuck. That means I have to redo everything. Shit. That does suck. But then, well, I should just double check how I do these in the beginning. Oh, that's kind of funny. That doesn't matter. You could probably hear that through the walls. What am I doing again? Yes, doing the second finger. Why starting with the second finger? Well, we've already been over this because I can't get these fingers to look correct. There we go, there's that, and we'll get this finger right here. But this should actually be more like this. And we'll try to follow this general curve. We're not going to try to follow it exactly, but we're going to try to follow it good enough. So if I just wipe that to make it thinner, how are we going to do this? If we start with the top finger, obviously we need to do the top, get the knuckle, go here, and then get the pointer finger tip. Alright, now that is already messed up. It's bending too much. It needs to be out more like this. And it's because I messed it up. There's no actual reason why it's like that. I just messed it up. There's no, oh, I used the wrong guidelines. I just wasn't paying attention. There's going to be a lot of little messes up on here, isn't there? It is what it is. You gotta do what you gotta do. I am not a professional when it comes to drawing hands whatsoever. I do draw hands quite a lot. They are probably the thing I draw the most. But when it comes to like even a mildly confusing perspective, my skill for drawing hands pretty much disappears. And it's because I can draw hands, but I don't really have a super good understanding of hands. I'm just kind of able to do it without an understanding, which isn't good. You shouldn't do that. You should try to understand what you're drawing. Because then you won't run into issues like this. I mean, obviously, you don't need to if you don't want to, but if you want to actually understand what you're drawing, then you should. Alright. Let's stop trying to make these super detailed. Let's try to make these a little bit more like these ones. I don't know why I'm immediately going for detail when I don't even normally can do that. That's what I used to do, like a while ago. And I stopped doing it. Why am I doing it again? Stopped doing it because it was making me get bad results. And now I'm trying to do it again. And I didn't even realize until like right now. Disappointed. Alright. That's not perfect. But you know, what is anyways? Right. We do need this finger to be larger than the other, not larger, longer than the other one. Larger, we actually don't need it to be as large as it was. Then this finger, we need this one to be like this. Where should the line be for it? It's about in the same location as this one, actually. And it just goes down. Like the other one. Like that. And then we need to get the pinky. The pinky is in here. We need to make sure the pinky is the smallest one. It should actually be right there. And then right here. And then right there. Now, that doesn't look very good, but we're going to stick with it anyways, because I've drawn this so many times, I don't know what else to do. I've drawn it so many times that I'm starting to run out of different ways I can try to draw this to get it correct. Which, I don't know what type of thumb this is. I'm just fucking around at this point. But what the hell are we supposed to do about this part of the hand? We obviously want this part to be darker because this is shadowed. That's shadowed, so we want this to be darker. And try to show that, oh, this finger is on top of the others. How do we do that? We don't know. Could we actually just straight up do a line there? Maybe we'll try that. We gotta erase the whole thing anyway. Oh my god, these fingers are long. I just realized how long these fingers are compared to the rest of the hand. Like, look at that. The thumb should be like way bigger than it is. And then the rest of the hand should also be way bigger than it is. Like, this should actually be lower. Like right here. And the wrist should be bigger since the whole hand is... Oh, Jesus Christ, I messed it up again. God dang it. Just made the fingers too long. Well, that friggin' sucks. Are we going to change it? I don't know. I'm going to try making it look good with the fingers long like this. I'm going to try to fix the hand and make it proportional. But if I can't, I mean, these hands are very drastically different sizes, actually. But if I can't make it look good, we're gonna have to erase it and draw it once again, which is gonna suck because it's gonna be like for the fifth time. But hey, that's drawing or something. I don't know. There's a lesson in here, probably, right? Good things to come to people who wait, or people just keep practicing or something. I don't know. I'm not a lesson person. I don't know. A teacher. I know words. I graduated kindergarten. Alright. There we go. Now, go ahead and go like this. Try and make this relatively large, actually. Then we're gonna get the rest of the fingers in here, actually. We're also gonna try to get a little bit of wrinkle action right here to show, like, hey, this is under this finger, not on top. Alright. Go right here. Right here. Alright. We're shortening these fingers just a little bit because I think they do kind of look a little wrong. But now that I'm doing that, now this finger looks wrong. Look at that. That's not a fucking finger. That is a noodle. Noodle. That was a noodle. We do not want noodles here. We want fingers. We want fingers, not noodles. Yes, we want fingers. There we go. Then there we go again. That's fine. Not perfect, but fine. Whatever. It's fine. Like I said, it's not perfect. Not terrible. 'Tis fine. Alright. That kind of sucks. So let's go ahead and undo all that. There we go. Then there we go. That sucks, so let's go ahead and redo that one. Undo. Redo. It's always the tip of the finger that I mess up the most when I do that first. Alright, now what? Well, we can actually go like this, and then go like that, and then we need to get the pinky in here. Alright. Nope, that looks like shit again, so we're gonna redo that. How are we going to do it? Well, we're going to draw this line right here, and then we're going to draw this line right here. Then we're going to draw this line right here. Do this, and then this, and then this, and then it looks even worse than it did the first time. That's how it works, right? You're supposed to redraw something and it looks worse. Why am I making these fingers progressively smaller and smaller? I mean, perspective works that way, but not these fingers. They're not drastically perspectived. Son of a bitch. What am I even doing? I don't know. I don't even know what the hell I'm doing, man. Let's go ahead and just let's not even look at the fucking shit. Let's just add a thumb somehow. How we add a thumb? Like this. However it ends up looking, that's the thumb. What a beautiful fucking thumb this is. Yeah, that's a beautiful thumb. If I've ever drawn a thumb, that's definitely one of them. Alright. Go ahead and go like that, kinda. Then go like this. And we'll pretend like these hands are reaching up from each other far. Alright, oh yeah, still have, more hand to draw. Which I'm realizing now that putting the thumb farther apart just makes the hand even more disproportional. Shit. Dang it, I was fine with that shitty thumb. Now I gotta erase it and draw it again. We gotta draw the other fingers first. I gotta also breathe. Alright. There we go. There we go. The tip of that finger looks like a gumdrop. Perfect enough, because I really don't give a shit at this point. I have reached the point of accepting if it looks not the best. If it looks like shit, I'm obviously going to redo it. But if it just looks not the best, I'm fine with that. I do not care. I have reached this point because I've been drawing this for quite some time now, and I'm ready to move on to my next drawing. Alright. The next drawing isn't even going to happen for a while after this day, because I still have to finish the drawing, and then I have to post the video, and then I have to record another video, and then that will be the drawing. Actually, before I can post the video, I have to go do paper mache. Why? Because Halloween is in like a couple of days, and I procrastinated making the costume. And I still have no idea what I'm doing with making a costume. I've never done that before. This thumb looks like shitty. Looks very shitty, so we're going to continue erasing it and drawing it until it looks nice. Or, scratch the erasing it part. We're just going to keep drawing on it until it looks nice. Alright, should we add some of the hand lines that are like in here, that you have on your palm? Let's go ahead and add a couple lines like this to try and show that this is the bottom of the palm. This is the fold. This is not the top of your hand anymore. All these fingers are below. Alright, we should fix this part then, because I was kind of just messing around with that part. Wasn't really paying attention. Alright. Let's try and get that to look right. Alright, I have a vague idea on how I think I want to do that. Chuck that. That is far now. Alright. There we go. And there we go. Now we shade that in. Grab that eraser again, because, well, we're going to have to erase that. Throw it again for the funsies, because I like just chucking my pencils. And then go like that. And then we'll go ahead and, I don't know, give it a nail. Go ahead and round that a little bit. And now the thumb is incredibly thin. Why is it so thin? What did I do? Why is your thumb so thin, sir? That is not right. You should get that checked out. That is probably not good. If I were you, I would go to doctor. Alright. Yep, we'll pretend like that's real nice. Look at that. It doesn't line up with the knuckle. Neither sides of the finger lined up with the knuckle, though, so... Alright. We need to line where the knuckle is. Up. Yeah, we're gonna pretend like that's good, because, we can. I am the artist. I say what goes. And I say... dinosaur. Dinosaur. Give him a face. And a little nose. Look at him. He's just a little happy guy. He's just a little dinosaur. Should we give him a little dinosaur friend? Let's give him a little dinosaur friend. Yeah, this one's gonna be like a velociraptor. Yeah, look at this and his little dinosaur friend. Yeah, look at him. He's a little happy guy too. Yeah. His dinosaur buddies. Okay, back to the hand. We did dinosaur break. That means now it's time for hand. Alright, let's go ahead and let's actually give these dinosaurs a little something to be so happy about. I'll go ahead and just give them a little cake. Give them a little cake. And the cake has candles on it. Yay, it's celebration time with the cake. Yay, celebrate good times. Come on. Look at the little cake they have. Who's the birthday boy? He's the birthday boy. He's got the party cap on. Oh yeah, look at the party cap. It's so party. Oh yeah. All right, get back to the drawing. All right, hold on. Let's give him. Let's fix his back. All right, there we go. Now he's more comfortable. Okay, back to the drawing. All right, let's go ahead and add just a little bit of a finger. Fix the wrist a little bit. Kind of just make the lines a little more neat. All right. Now, let's go ahead and fix this hand. I don't even know how long is this video. 27 minutes. Okay, you're not going to see me draw anything for this hand. It's going to be in a time lapse. Go! Hello, and why am I saying the intro again? Look at it. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it wonderful? I like this hand. This hand turned out quite well. I am very fond of this hand. The string looks fine. It's a string. It's nothing perfect. It's nothing amazing, wonderful. Wow, I should have used color. Now that I think of it, I should have used a pen. Too late for that. This hand is okay. It's not bad, but it's not up to this hand. I've drawn better hands. I really struggled with it. It's just okay. It's not amazing. But these guys is beautiful. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Couldn't improve them better. Look at him. He's even got mountains in the background, and this one's hairy. It was meant to be trees. It's beautiful. We got two pictures together. One beautiful dinos, and then one like the legend. I don't have anything else to say. Goodbye. Have a wonderful day.